Alright, we have the DC Multiverse Flash. Already taking him out of the box when I did my last It Figures video. I was unboxing some Multiverse, McFarlane Multiverse figures, and at the end, the grand finale was releasing the Flash from his packaging, but still got the box here. Some nice artwork on the back. Some of the other figures that come in this particular wave. I kind of went over that in my other video. And basic stuff, nothing too great on the sides or the bottom. So let's take a look at this awesome Flash figure. I have to say I do like this figure. I think he's got an amazing face sculpt. I don't mind that he was designed to be in more of a more structured type of pose. He's kind of fixed. You can stand him up. Take all his lightning bolt accessories, which I think are pretty amazing looking. I haven't seen another Flash figure that comes with all of that. You've got that really nice smirky face sculpt to him. I'm sure some would like to have a alternate head. I don't think they do that too much with these DC Multiverse, and I don't recall McFarlane having figures with alternate heads, but when you have this guy in a running pose, and if you're looking for figure photography, I think it's perfect for that. He is, I think he's a little tall. Let's see, just putting him next to the Grim Knight here. He's looking about the same height. I think he's a little tall. I would think Batman would be taller than him. And there are some Superman figures that are shorter than this Flash that belong to the DC Multiverse. As you can see right here, I noticed his leg in here, the way this is sculpted. This is how it's kind of pushed out right there, but doesn't have it there. And that is so he can have that leg back and more of a in his running pose. So he is really designed to be more in a running type. I don't want to go as far as say as static, but that's kind of what it turns out being. His head's got some decent articulation. It doesn't go up too far, which when he's in a running pose I would like to kind of have his head up a little more, but he can look down quite a bit. Does have a Exorcist 360. Not bad head tilt. Arms go all the way around. Probably aren't going to have his arms up too terribly much, but that's about what we're getting. He's got those double jointed elbows. that little clicky, what is that, the ratchet joint that I know McFarlane likes to use, and the wrists and all that spin around. These are the only 2 hand sculpts, so like I said, he really is designed more to be in that running pose with that hand out and the fist up when he's booking it, which is fine. I mean, I really like this figure for what it is, and I would, I guess, rather have him be in or designed to be in a running pose versus having him with alternate hands and being able to stand straight up, you know, having that, and then not being able to put him in a great running pose, because I mean, he is the Flash. So there's other Flash figures, and you can always get those or use those for different things. He's got a lot of articulation in his waist, not a whole lot of ab crunch there. He does go back quite a bit, so he is able to spin around. He's got that nice lightning bolt belt sculpt going on, same kind around his I don't know, would you consider those gauntlets or just a nice molded, sculpted part of his costume or uniform. Got this raised Flash emblem on his chest, which I kind of like. I like the texture. I like how it kind of sticks out a little bit. I don't think other Flash figures have that. He's got his double jointed knees. Kind of have to have those to be bending him around to put him in those running poses. No ankle split here, or calf rotation, but he doesn't really need it for the type of figure that he is. Got those ball joint ankles. Able to move them around a fair bit for what you need. Not really an ankle rocker, but can move his feet around as much as you need to have him be running. So I am always going to be keeping him in a running pose myself. So got this, picked this up at Walmart. My girlfriend actually brought this home the other night, and she called me from the store and always lets me know what is in the toy aisle, if there's anything or anything new when I don't go along to the store for running errands or something. And she said the only thing she saw was a Flash, and I knew which one she was talking about, and I said, grab it. Please bring that home. And she did. And I am very pleased with this figure. I put his lightning bolt accessories back on him and have his leg up a little more than before. And these lightning bolt effects that go on his back here, these are actually articulated as well, so you can move them around, and depending on how you want to display them or take your pictures or whatever you choose to do, then it doesn't really matter if you put these littler lightning bolts, if you want the little ones kind of down on the legs and you want the bigger ones on his arms. They fit the same. The holes are the same. The peg holes are the same on all of the holes, so I know they're meant to be a certain way, but hey, it's your figure. You can display it on however you feel fit. But I really think those lightning bolt effects really add a lot. They add a lot to this figure, and I really appreciate them, and I like it. Really makes me happy when I get extra pieces you can attach to make the figure more, you know, and it's just pretty cool. But even though he is a little on the tall side, when you have him, you know, down a little more, his knees are bent, he's in that running pose. I guess it doesn't really matter that he might be a little taller, because you're not necessarily posing him vertically straight up and down next to other figures, so you're probably not going to notice that he's a little taller. I know that might bother some people, but you know, we're never going to get really a perfect figure. We might get some that more people like than others, but it's a give and take, and depending on what you want to use them for. But I really like this Flash figure, and he is definitely going to be a permanent fixture with the Joe's Multiverse and on my personal desk, and I'm just loving the articulation you do get with this figure. And you can still get this. It's been out for a little while. This is the only one in this area that I found, and this is a good sized city of almost 200,000, and 4 Walmarts, 2 Targets, probably about 4 GameStops. I've heard that he's at GameStops as well. I haven't seen him there, but I haven't been to a whole lot of them recently. But he was only, I think, $20 at Walmart. Very cool. I like to put him by King Shark here. Maybe it's the WB Arrowverse in me, but he was a Build-A-Figure of sorts. I know they don't call it that in the DC Multiverse, but it took a bunch of different figures to put him together, and I never was able to get my hands on his part of his torso. Came with I don't know if it was maybe it was an extra head and then some part of this torso. I had to buy that off eBay, and it's the most money I've ever spent on a Build-A-Figure type piece. It was a few years ago, but I paid just over $50 for that so I could complete this guy, and this was a figure that I really wanted. So to complete him, I did shell out that extra money, but probably won't be doing that again. It's not that important, but I'm glad that I have him, and he will be by the Flash when I do put him on a shelf, if I ever retire him from the desk or have to move him for a little while. But looking very cool, very cool. I give him a 9.5 out of 10. Maybe even a 10 in my opinion. It all depends on what you like, what you're going for. what's important to you. And just for a little bit of size comparison and how he stacks up next to other figures, I have the Flashpoint Batman here, and then I just grabbed one of my older Superman figures. This is one of my favorite Superman figures. He's not a DC Multiverse and far from a McFarlane, but a Superman nonetheless. And you can see the size difference. I think that Flash would be taller than the Flashpoint Batman if he was standing straight up and down, but very cool nevertheless. Alright, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you're notified every time I come out with a new video, and I'm coming out with them all the time. And if you're looking for another Flash figure, I would suggest to get out and grab this one. It is a very, very awesome figure. Very cool, unique Flash figure. More of a, I almost said 6-inch, but he's more 7-inch. But until the next time we enter the multiverse, we'll see you later.